Okay, so let's just go back to the Add tab, and then we'll just look at what else is there. There's the contact tool. You don't need this. You already have a contact page, but this is just for you to see what's here. There's different designs for the contact submission form that you can use. I created this one on top. Whenever you create or design something, the one that appears first is the one that you designed. So this is the one that I designed for your website, and that's the one appearing first, but you can change that into different forms. And then it gives you the option of also putting a Google map down. So originally I had a map down for your website. It doesn't really matter if you have an actual office at that residence or not, but customers like to see that the company is legitimate, and one way they verify that is by a map. And if they can see a map, then they know that okay, it has a location somewhere. So adding a map just adds that sort of authenticity. And if you wanted to, you can add that. Again, you just drag and drop it, and then it will ask you what's the address of the place that you want the map to zoom in on, and you just fill that in. So you can, in the contact page, you can also get subscribers, join our mailing list, and then, so for example, you have this already in your footer page. You'll see here, subscribe, but this one I designed for you. But you can also have one that is created by Wix. So if you move this over, and then join our main mailing list, never miss an update, subscribe now. So you go into settings, and it'll give you all the different options. It'll say, do you want it to pop up? And you can turn on pop-up mode. I don't like pop-ups, and when a pop-up appears, I get really irritated, and I tend not to fill it out just because I have such angst against that pop-up. So I avoid pop-ups, but I will generally subscribe to newsletters when they appear in a good way. Then it says choose the info you want to collect, and it's already got name, phone number, email address. Then whenever somebody new subscribes, you can put in, they send you an email. Sign up form. So this is the text that's appearing on this. So right now the text says join our mailing list, never miss an update. So you can change that to something else. So you can say join our newsletter and see how it's updating on the right side. Never miss an update, subscribe now is what the button, this golden button is what it's indicating here. It says subscribe now, but you can just have it say something like, excuse me, subscribe, thank you title. Once they submit it, it'll say congrats or thank you for subscribing. And then here it gives you pop-up options. Here it gives you the design, how you can design it. So right now it's got this bolded border with a gold button and gold handwriting, which kind of matches your theme. It's not too bad, but if I want to change it, click on settings, click on design, and then you can change the color, inner borders, outer borders. So let's say I want to change that to a goldish color like that. So you see how it changed to a goldish color, and then you click OK. So a lot of what you will be doing on the website, you'll find, is trying to match colors, trying to match the design, trying to figure out if it needs a line or border or whatever. And well, that's basically where my job came in, is that's the element that I did. But that's what you would do in this design part of it. If you didn't want to mess around with that, you can automatically go with what Wix is offering you and just take that. You don't have to do all these design options. It's just what makes your website look more, have more conformity. Welcome email. I'm so sorry, I have allergies and they're just worked up right now. So Wix has this really great feature where they have a newsletter called Shoutout, and you can create newsletters directly in their website. And here it says send now, send beautiful newsletters. When I click that, it'll allow me to design that newsletter, and that's something you can play around with later. And then when somebody subscribes, you can also send them an email saying thank you for subscribing, look forward to our first newsletter, etc., etc. And you would do that welcome email here. You say create now, and then you would design that here. Welcome your new subscribers, use this action, design it. I'm not going to go into this part of the feature because there is a lot of information already on it on the Wix help form, so I'll leave that part of it out. I'll just focus on the actual website right now. But if you did need help in understanding this in the future, I'd always be there to give you some tips on it. So I'm just going to X that out, and I'll close out of here. So that was the contact tab. Go back into add again. Menu is how to add a menu. You already have a menu up here, so you don't need a new menu, but these are all different design options they give you, and then you can adjust that design based on your color, your font preference, your whatever you want. Maybe you don't want this background blue, so you can just have it with white. So whichever one you like, you can take it down. I created a custom menu for you, and that's the first one that shows up on top. Okay, now add a list. So you can add a list directly onto your website. I've never used this feature, but for example, if you had like a, so let's look at one, I guess. So I just clicked on that. I'm going to delete the subscribe form first, so it gets out of our way. And this is what our list is. So let's say you had you could put in products here. It's almost like a blog, or you can put in like top 10 reasons to buy shea butter, and then you can have a picture and then have that in there, and then it would link to a blog post. Pretty much you can do anything with that. It's almost like a blog. I don't think you would need it too much because you have a blog section, but if you ever wanted a list, that's there. I'm gonna X that out. This list feature is good for news websites, so that's why they have that there. Okay, so they have events. You can put in events, testimonials. So I created a custom testimonial form for you, but Wix also provides you with testimonial widgets. So here's one, and then you can all you do is just click on it, and then change person's name, city, state, what they're saying, and then what's in the image. You can have a different image there instead of quotes. You can have speech bubble. So they made it really simple. You just plug in information. I didn't use this. I just made it custom for you. So I'm going to delete that, but that's there if that's something you wanted for your website or for a new website that you wanted to create. And then products and services. So these are new tools they've actually added. So I use something like this for my website. Again, I created a custom, but they provide it for you in this form. So this is your first service, this is your second service, this is your third service, and there's the icon. So this is something you could use. Now, I didn't show this to you, but this 4-pointed arrow that shows up, 4-directional arrow, this is when that appears, you can move around your object. You just click and move it around. Up, down, left, right. If you wanted to center it, you center it with this arrow up here which says hide control. And what happens is a purple line appears, and that lets you know, see, there, that lets you know I'm at the center of the page. And that's how you can center an element to the center of the page. Generally, Wix recommends that you stay within these dashed lines, not go out, but basically for viewing purposes, but in design, you can choose to go whichever way you want. Okay, I'm going to delete this. Sorry, wrong place. Click Add, and then what else do they have here? So they've got, so they've got products. You might use this. This is your first product. Style Essentials, Great Buys. You could use this on your home page if you ever had a sale. So this is your second product, third product, and it would connect to that product. And then when you'd want to adjust the different elements in there, you just click Add and Manage Items. And then this is your first product. Just click on Edit, and you'd be able to edit it. So let's say this first one was shea oil, and then your second product was shea butter, and so on. So I'm going to X out of that. Again, not important features. I'm just basically showing you what's there. You won't need these. What you will need, I'll show you in the rest of the videos. I just want you to be aware that these are there, that there's a lot of flexibility for you. And in Wix, you can create a free version of a website. So you can go in and choose another website template and start just playing around with it just to see what you can do in there.